All right, steak lovers, brace yourselves. That sizzling ribeye you've been craving, it might just be the biggest letdown of your week. Yeah, I'm talking you, the self-proclaimed steak connoisseur who thinks they've got the perfect spot for a juicy cut. Here's the cold, hard truth. Some of these steakhouses are serving up steaks so bad they'd make a microwave dinner look like fine dining. You walk in ready to drop serious cash, expecting a meal to remember. Instead, you're served overpriced, overcooked disappointment on a plate. And the kicker? You're paying top dollar for what might as well be a glorified hockey puck. But don't worry, we're here to save you from steakhouse heartbreak. Today we're exposing the 5 worst offenders in the steak game, places where your wallet and your taste buds go to suffer. But it's not all bad news. We're also revealing 5 steakhouses that are actually worth every penny. This isn't just a ranking, it's your ultimate guide to dodging steak disasters and finding the real deal. Because nothing ruins a celebration faster than spending $200 0 cents on a steak that tastes like regret. Let's dive in. The 5 worst steakhouses in America. 5. Bonanza Steakhouse, where buffets and steakhouses collide and fail. Let's kick things off with Bonanza Steakhouse, a place that somehow manages to combine the least appealing aspects of both steakhouses and buffets into one underwhelming experience. It's as if they sat down and thought, how can we disappoint diners on multiple levels at once? Spoiler alert, they succeeded. According to critics, Bonanza failed spectacularly at its primary mission, serving quality steak. Imagine paying steakhouse prices only to receive food that barely rivals a subpar buffet. It's like shelling out for a luxury car and being handed a rusty tricycle. The menu ambitiously tries to cover all bases, steak, seafood, chicken, but instead of excelling at one, it flops at all. Here's the real kicker. Even their own menu can't save them. When food critics are actively advising people to avoid the steak at a steakhouse, you know you've hit rock bottom. One reviewer didn't mince words, calling their steak the worst of the worst, and honestly, that might be generous. I've seen shoe soles with more flavor and tenderness. And then there's the buffet. Oh, the buffet. It's like stepping into a time machine set to 1,980 a cafe. Think wilted lettuce, unidentifiable meats, and desserts that taste like they were made in a factory that specializes in disappointment. You'd probably find better options at a gas station convenience store. Bonanza Steakhouse isn't just a bad meal, it's a cautionary tale. If you're looking for a steakhouse experience, this is one place you'll want to steer clear of. 4. Sizzler. Nostalgia can't save this steakhouse. Sizzler. For many, it's a name that conjures up warm memories of childhood trips to the salad bar. But here's the harsh truth. Nostalgia doesn't make tough meat tender, and it certainly doesn't make bad food good. Sizzler's all-you-can-eat salad bar might have been legendary in the 90s, but legendary doesn't always mean high quality. What you'll find today is a spread of mediocrity. Pasta that looks like it's been sitting out since the Clinton administration, tacos that make fast food chains seem gourmet, and chicken wings that taste like they've been through a time machine, and not in a good way. And then there's the steak. Oh, the steak. Sizzler's menu describes their cuts as straightforward and honest, which is really just code for we've stopped trying. Their hand-cut sirloins taste like they were hacked apart with a dull butter knife and aged in a cloud of apathy. Even Sizzler's most loyal defenders can't muster much enthusiasm. One nostalgic blogger admitted, "Is Sizzler going to be the best steak of your life? Of course not, when your biggest fans are damning you with faint praise." It's time to reevaluate. The real tragedy here is that people keep going back, clinging to memories of a better time. But here's a public service announcement. Your childhood is gone, and Sizzler's quality went with it. Stop torturing yourself with subpar beef in the name of nostalgia. Your taste buds deserve better. 3. Logan's Roadhouse, the steakhouse of uncertainty. Logan's Roadhouse is the wild card of the steakhouse world. It's the place where consistency goes to die, and every visit feels like a gamble. If you're into dietary Russian roulette, this might be the spot for you. Let's start with the atmosphere. Sure, it's fun if you enjoy peanut shells on the floor and country music blasting at ear-splitting volumes, but we're not here for the ambiance, we're here for the steak. And oh boy, does Logan's deliver. Inconsistency. One day you might get a ribeye that's halfway decent. The next, you're gnawing on something that feels like it was left out in the sun for a week. Reviews for Logan's are so wildly different, you'd think people were visiting entirely different restaurants. One person might call it a hidden gem, while another describes it as an absolute disaster. And it's not just the customers who are confused. Even food critics seem baffled. When the fried catfish is being recommended over the steak, you know something's gone horribly wrong. That's like going to a pizza joint and being told to stick with the breadsticks. The unpredictability isn't exciting, it's terrifying. Dining at Logan's isn't just a meal, it's a gamble. And when you're spending your hard-earned money, you deserve better than a roll of the dice. 2. Applebee's, the steakhouse imposter. Let's address the elephant in the room. Applebee's isn't even a steakhouse, and yet they insist on dabbling in the steak game, charging prices that suggest they're a serious contender. Spoiler alert, they're not. If anything, Applebee's steak menu is a masterclass in how to overpromise and underdeliver. Their so-called hand-cut steaks are about as hand-cut as a frozen dinner from the bargain bin. The quality is so questionable, you'll spend the entire meal wondering what you're actually eating. Is it beef, horse, some kind of lab-grown experiment gone wrong? Honestly, your guess is as good as anyone's. And then there's the preparation, or should we say the destruction. Applebee's steaks are a tragic combination of over-seasoned and overcooked. The seasoning isn't there to enhance the flavor, it's there to hide the fact that the meat itself is subpar. And the overcooking? Let's just say you'll need a steak knife, a hacksaw, and maybe a prayer to get through it. Their signature steak sauce doesn't help either. Instead of complimenting the meat, it feels like it's trying to cover up a crime scene. One bite, and you'll understand why so many diners leave scathing reviews. Speaking of reviews, the internet is full of horror stories. One diner recounted, "I ordered medium rare and got something that looked like gray matter. Not gray meat, but gray matter, like it belonged in a science lab." Another simply said, "My dog wouldn't eat this. He eats literal garbage." The worst part? Applebee's charges steakhouse prices for this travesty. You'd be better off buying a steak from your local grocery store and cooking it with a hairdryer. At least then, you'd know what you're getting. Applebee's may excel at casual dining staples like burgers and appetizers, but when it comes to steak, they're out of their league. Save your money and your taste buds and look elsewhere. 1. Golden Corral, the graveyard of good meat. And now we've arrived at the bottom of the barrel. The absolute low point of steak dining in America. Golden Corral's steak night. If you've ever wondered where good meat goes to die, this is it. Let's be clear, calling what Golden Corral serves steak is a stretch. It's like calling a kazoo a symphony instrument, technically accurate, but morally wrong. Their sirloin has the texture of a rubber flip-flop and about as much flavor. It's gray, lifeless, and looks like it's been through more trauma than a war veteran. The so-called grill master at Golden Corral is less of a chef and more of a meat assembly line worker. They stand there mechanically slapping sad gray slabs of meat onto plates with the enthusiasm of someone who's given up on life. And honestly, who can blame them? One traumatized diner shared, "I watched them pull the steaks out of a warming drawer where they'd clearly been sitting since the Reagan administration. The cook handed me this gray disc and looked me dead in the eye. I swear I saw him mouth, 'I'm sorry.'" The preparation process is a spectacle in itself. The steaks are cooked, or rather incinerated, until they're as tough as leather. The grill marks are more decorative than functional, and the flavor, non-existent. It's as if the meat has been stripped of its soul. And then there's the all-you-can-eat aspect. Normally, unlimited food is a selling point, but in this case, it feels more like a threat. Who wants endless access to culinary depression? One bite is enough to make you question your life choices. Even the sides can't save the experience. The mashed potatoes taste like they came from a box, the vegetables are overcooked to the point of mush, and the desserts are a sugary assault on your taste buds. It's a buffet of mediocrity, and the steak is the crown jewel of disappointment. Golden Corral steak night isn't just bad, it's a cautionary tale. If you value your taste buds, your dignity, and your faith in humanity, steer clear. You'd get better quality protein from chewing on tree bark. At least the bark would have some natural flavor. 5 best steakhouses in America. 5 Cats' Roadhouse, the wild card of steakhouses. Here's a twist you might not see coming. Texas Roadhouse makes the list of best steakhouses, but not without a caveat. Yes, they've got their fair share of inconsistency issues, but when they get it right, they really get it right. And let's not forget the true MVP of the menu, those legendary cinnamon butter rolls. These fluffy, buttery bites of heaven are so addictive they could make a Parisian bakery rethink its life choices. Since opening its doors in 1993, Texas Roadhouse has been serving up USDA choice beef, which is a step above the mystery meat you'll find at some other chains. On a good night, their Dallas filet is hands down one of the best value steaks you'll find anywhere. It's tender, flavorful, and doesn't come with the sticker shock of high-end steakhouses. The atmosphere, controlled chaos, but in the best way possible. Picture this: line dancing servers, peanut shells crunching underfoot, and an energy level that makes you forget you're dining in a strip mall. It's like a backyard barbecue collided with a honky-tonk, and somehow it works. What sets Texas Roadhouse apart from the disasters in the bottom 5 is that even when they miss the mark, it's usually just a case of mediocrity, not a full-blown culinary catastrophe. Their hand-cut steaks are actually hand-cut, shocking, I know, and the portions are generous enough to satisfy even the hungriest carnivore. No dainty medallions here, just hearty, satisfying cuts of meat that won't leave you hungry or broke. Texas Roadhouse may not have the polish of a high-end steakhouse, but it's got heart, flavor, and those irresistible rolls. For a fun, casual night out with a solid steak, it's hard to beat. Or Morton's the Steakhouse, where steak meets sophistication. Now we're stepping into the big leagues. Morton's the Steakhouse is a name synonymous with luxury, and for good reason. This isn't just a place to eat. It's a place to celebrate, to impress, and to indulge. Morton serves only USDA prime beef, which represents the top 2% of all beef in the United States. That's right. This is the creme de la creme of steaks. Whether you're ordering their Cajun ribeye or the Chicago-style prime ribeye, you're in for a life-changing experience. These cuts are so perfectly cooked and seasoned, they might just bring a tear to your eye. The atmosphere at Morton's is pure class. Think dark wood paneling, crisp white tablecloths, and servers who seem to have a sixth sense for your needs. This is the kind of place where power dinners happen, where deals are sealed, and where anniversaries are celebrated in style. And let's talk about the wine list. It's not just a menu. It's a novel. Whether you're a casual wine drinker or a full-blown sommelier, Morton's has something to delight your palate. And if you're feeling extra indulgent, their seafood towers are a sight to behold, like something Poseidon himself might order. What truly sets Morton's apart is its consistency. While no restaurant is perfect 100% of the time, Morton's comes pretty darn close. On the rare occasion something isn't flawless, it's more of a minor hiccup than a full-blown disaster. You're not going to leave disappointed. Yes, the price tag is substantial, but here's the thing. You actually get what you pay for. When you're dropping serious cash on a steak, it better be perfect. And at Morton's, it almost always is. 3. Fleming's Prime Steakhouse, Outback's sophisticated sibling. Here's a fun fact that might surprise you. Fleming's Prime Steakhouse is owned by the same company as Outback Steakhouse. It's like discovering that your quirky cousin and a world-class chef share the same DNA. But while Outback is all about casual dining, Fleming's is what happens when a steakhouse goes to finishing school and graduates with honors. Fleming's exclusively serves USDA prime beef, and it shows. Their steaks are cut above, literally and figuratively. But the real star of the show, their Tomahawk Tuesday promotion. This isn't just a steak, it's a prehistoric masterpiece. The massive bone-in ribeye is dry-aged to perfection, delivering a rich, complex flavor that will make you question every steak you've ever eaten before. And it's not just the steaks that shine. Fleming's wine program is nothing short of extraordinary. Their extensive list is curated to pair perfectly with their menu, and their knowledgeable staff can guide you to the perfect bottle. Whether you're a wine novice or a seasoned connoisseur, you'll find something to love. But let's get back to the food. Fleming's dry-aged ribeye is a revelation. It's got that funky, umami-packed flavor that separates good steak from truly great steak. And unlike some of the bottom-tier steakhouses we discussed, Fleming's executes their entire menu with precision. That said, no restaurant is without its flaws. Occasionally, the non-steak items don't quite live up to the high bar set by the beef. But when your biggest complaint is that the truffle fries were an 8 out of 10 instead of a 10, you know you're in good hands. Fleming's is proof that a chain steakhouse can deliver a high-end dining experience. With top-quality beef, an exceptional wine list, and a touch of sophistication, it's a must-visit for steak lovers. 2. The Capital Grille, where elegance meets excellence. Oh, now we're stepping into steakhouse royalty. The Capital Grille isn't just a restaurant, it's a sanctuary for steak lovers, a place where culinary artistry and prime beef come together in perfect harmony. Walking into the Capital Grille feels like stepping into a steakhouse dream. The ambience is pure sophistication, dark wood accents, crisp white tablecloths, and a level of service so intuitive, it's as if the staff can read your mind. But what truly sets the Capital Grille apart is its unwavering commitment to consistency. While other steakhouses might leave you guessing about the quality of your meal, the Capital Grille delivers perfection every single time. Whether you're dining in New York, Chicago, or Los Angeles, you can count on their signature dishes to be just as flawless as the last time you had them. Take their porcini rubbed Delmonico, for example. This masterpiece, finished with a 15-year-old balsamic glaze, is a symphony of flavors that will leave you speechless. It's not just a steak, it's a work of art. And if you're in the mood for something truly indulgent, their Kona-crusted dry-aged New York strip is a revelation. The dry aging process gives the meat a depth of flavor that's nothing short of extraordinary, while the Kona coffee crust adds a subtle smoky sweetness that's utterly addictive. But the Capital Grille isn't just about steak. Their sides and accompaniments are just as impressive. The lobster mac and cheese is a decadent, creamy delight that can easily stand on its own as a main course. And let's not forget the wine list, a carefully curated selection that perfectly complements their menu and elevates the entire dining experience. What makes the Capital Grille truly special is its dedication to excellence. Even during times of scarcity, like wartime shortages, they've maintained their high standards, proving that quality is never negotiable. Dining here isn't just a meal, it's an event, a celebration of everything a steakhouse should be. Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, the pinnacle of perfection. And now we've reached the summit, the steakhouse that reigns supreme. Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. This is where steak dreams come true, where butter and beef unite in a sizzling symphony that will leave your taste buds singing. The moment your steak arrives at Ruth's Chris, you know you're in for something extraordinary. That signature sizzle isn't just for show, it's a promise. A promise that what's on your plate is nothing short of spectacular. The steaks are served on 500-degree plates, ensuring that every bite stays warm and perfectly cooked from start to finish. Ruth's Chris takes USDA prime beef to a whole new level. Their cuts are hand-selected, aged to perfection, and treated with the most care and respect. The tomahawk ribeye is a showstopper, a massive bone-in cut that's as visually impressive as it is delicious. It's the kind of steak you'll be talking about for years to come. And then there's the filet, so tender it practically melts in your mouth. You could cut it with a spoon, but why would you when the experience of slicing into it is half the fun? But Ruth's Chris isn't just about the steak. It's about the entire dining experience. Their lobster bisque is a rich, velvety masterpiece that could convert even the most die-hard carnivore into a seafood lover. So the sweet potato casserole, with its pecan crust and hint of sweetness, is a side dish that feels like dessert in disguise. And the creamed spinach? Let's just say it's the kind of dish that could make you forget you're eating vegetables. What truly sets Ruth's Chris apart is their attention to detail. Every element of the meal, from the perfectly seasoned steaks to the expertly paired wines, is executed with precision and care. The atmosphere is upscale without being stuffy, making it the perfect place for everything from a romantic dinner to a celebratory feast. Yes, dining at Ruth's Chris comes with a hefty price tag, but it's worth every penny. This isn't just a meal, it's an investment in happiness, a culinary experience that sets the gold standard for steakhouses everywhere. With over 150 locations across the country, Ruth's Chris has mastered the art of delivering consistent excellence no matter where you are. And there you have it, the ultimate guide to navigating the highs and lows of America's steakhouse scene. From the culinary catastrophes that should come with a warning label to the steak sanctuaries that redefine excellence, this list is your roadmap to making sure your next steak dinner is one to remember for all the right reasons. The bottom 5, they're a masterclass in what not to do with beef. Whether it's mystery meat masquerading as steak, inconsistency that feels like a gamble, or overpriced mediocrity, these places prove that not every steakhouse deserves your hard-earned cash. Life's too short for bad steak, and your taste buds deserve better than disappointment on a plate. But the top 5? That's where the magic happens. These steakhouses are proof that when done right, a steak dinner can be more than just a meal. It can be an experience. From the sizzling perfection of Ruth's Chris to the refined elegance of the Capital Grille, these champions of the steak world set the standard for quality, consistency, and unforgettable flavor. So the next time you're craving a steak, don't settle. Whether you're looking for a casual night out or a fine dining experience, let this guide steer you toward greatness and away from regret. Because when it comes to steak, you deserve nothing less than the best. Now, go forth, steak lovers, and dine with confidence. Your perfect cut of beef is out there. Just make sure you know where to find it. Bon appetit.